Documents. I said good afternoon. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry for coming late. I had to just rush down to the office this morning to do this. Okay, how has it been so far since Thursday that we started? I'm trying to look for my slide. I can't find it. How has it been? Inspired Souls, Bridget, Blessing, and then the other lady, I think it's Blessing also. How has it been? How are we doing? What has been our experience so far? I'm asking this question to just hear feedback from us as I prepare my slide. I'm looking for it.
Okay. We
So
should
let's hear from you. Okay.
We should start to actually that was what I was doing before you came.
Okay, continue, please.
I was trying to share what I have learned so far, and
okay.
I was trying to make them see reasons for classes like this. Since we have started, I must confess I have learned a lot, and I have seen reasons to do more. You know, basically, I am a business writer. I do more of academic and business writing, but you know, since Moshood Adebayo came, I have seen reasons why I needed to do more, like see a bit of fiction and some other writings that, you know, because life is interesting. You don't have to confine yourself to one area and, you know, not enjoy the beauty of other areas. So I have seen reasons why I needed to improve my grammar on different aspects, why I needed to read more, why I needed to explore, you know, see what others are doing and see how I can improve I can up my games as well. And I think things like this, they are necessary sometimes. It gives us opportunities, you know, the opportunity to see world from another perspective, from the perspective of other people. Over the time I have known Moshood Adebayo and Kayode Ajomole. Kayode Ajomole actually taught me business and academic writing. I met him with Google while I worked with Google. He was my supervisor. I became attracted to him. I started to follow him, and we became friends. So he taught me how to write business plan, business proposal, and since then, you know, I have always have one or two things to learn from him. Sometimes when he's busy with a lot of jobs, he gives me some jobs. Can you do this for me? I do it. Get, you know, I get paid, and sometimes I feel happy for, you know, being able to get money, no matter how little.
Money
from what I am able to write, like
something that came from you.
Yes,
you
know, sometimes you just feel like, no, oh boy, when somebody just say, can you deliver this in 2 days? And you look into it, it's just a business proposal. And it's what you will do in just 4 hours. And you say, okay, give me till Monday. And Monday morning, you deliver, they send you 20K. Jesus of Nazareth. You know, and those things, they make you feel like you are really doing fine. It's not sometimes about the money, but at least that you have a skill that can fetch you something. In this present Nigeria. Now, big boy you be. And sometimes ago, I had to make up my mind. I was not going to work for anybody. I'll just be my own boss. Because opportunities like this are everywhere. Ability to just write something and somebody will call you and say, write me executive summary. If I write you this now 5K, you say no problem, just write it and send to me. Okay, send me your details. And you just write it and send, bam, 5K don't come. And that's it. You will not be broke. Load data, load all these things. You still get as little as
some basic things you just be taken care of.
Yes, and these things you can still have them as side hustle. They don't disturb your regular jobs. you can still work and still do edit some things for some people, collect money, run comot, time no dey. And these things you don't really need a lot of hours to learn how to do them. There are some things I don't really know from the onset. Just visit the internet, see how they do it, then try to replicate whatever it is you are seeing. Go to YouTube. There are a lot of classes there. You can just watch one or two things and you will get how to do it. It's not like we brought it from heaven. No. I have people who check through my work. When I write like that, I send it to them. Mary Joy here is one of them. Send it to them. Mama, look this thing. It makes sense. So, okay. Remove this, add this, add this, add this. And before you know it, you have a complete job. And at all go come. And so that just be, Mama, let me hand over to you.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Your experience is wonderful. Thank you so much. I love your energy. I love your energy. And I pray a lot for you, your family, and Distinct, the company as a whole. I pray a lot for you. I know that better days are coming. Okay, I'm going to look back to these times and say, Lord, I thank you. I'm really, really going to be grateful to God. So thank you for pushing. Thank you for not relenting. Okay, with all the things that you've gone through while trying to, make sure Distinct Africa stands well, stands firm. The Lord will reward you.
Amen.
Okay, He sees your hard work. He sees our hard work. Now, praying for Sam is like praying for everybody too. He sees our hard work, and I'm sorry for making it look like I'm doing one prayer session. I'm not doing any prayer session, and then I'm not. I know that some of us might not be Christian. Maybe so. Do we have Muslims here? I don't think so far. The people that have been writing, I have been editing the articles. I think they're all Christians. I've not seen Muslims there, so it's good to just appreciate God because He owns our lives. Actually, whatever we have, He gave us. All right. So my name is Mary Joy Orula. And apart from being the EIC for Distinct Africa by friendship and by contract, I work with TVC News as content and quality control editor. And I have my own business also, and it's called Pinwars Media, where I offer editing services. And that's how Distinct Africa connected. Offer editing services. I'm a writer too. I have my own book that I've written, just one, but several articles on my blogs. And God has just helped me with connections here and there and all that. So that is just a little about me. I reside in Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm right now inside TVC News facility in my office, trying to make this happen. All right, so I can see, I know Padele Samson. I know Padele Samson very well, and his family and his baby. And Bridget Opara, I can see you there. Thank you for joining Inspire Tours. Although I don't know your real name, I don't know what that Tours stands for. I don't know if it's Tolu or Tola but your name is nice. Inspire Tours, I can see you. Oluwaseun, I can see you. Benga Adedimo, right? I can see you. Who else is here? All right. Thank you so much for joining this morning. So I'm kind of doing a recap of what have been taught from Thursday, and then add little my own session, which has to be the editor and writer relationship to it. I hope we are all here. Please, once in a while, when I ask question or I ask you that I know you guys are there, but I just want to have that feedback from us. Thank you so much. So the class of writing beyond the letters, a guide to writing sellouts. Now, the reason this was initially put together, or we had to have this, is because this is 2 years now that we've been writing for Distinct Africa. It's the whole seminar webinar was inspired by our writings. Okay, we've been writing and I've been editing from the onset of Distinct Africa magazine publication. I've been editing and I've noticed certain things. And I think it's also good to do this. Major companies, they do this for their staff, where they train staff members, they send them somewhere to just go and train. It's okay. It's the normal thing to do. So I don't want us to see it like you are not, or you have not been efficient enough. But we can't be stagnant. Also, there are things coming up, there are new inventions, there are new knowledge that we have to just keep ourselves abreast of. So it's the reason we have put these things together. And personally, because of having, interfacing with your writings over the past 2 years, I just feel it's also a good way to give us feedback on things that personally noticed and then how we can get better. And I want to thank God for Kayode Ajimole and Moshood Adebayo for what they have done. All right, so the craft of writing. Are we there together? We can see my slides, right?
Yes, yes.
So
Yes, I can see.
Thank you so much. I think I heard someone else's voice apart from Sam's. I can hear someone's voice. Thank you so much for talking. Okay, so I am over the years I've understood that when it comes to writing, you have to avoid so many words. As a talker, you can talk. I'm an OAP too, I'm a reporter too, and I do all of that. And when you ask to talk, you have to have a lot of words so that you won't have to use fillers and all that and all that. But for writing, you don't really have to, because of clarity, because you want to make people understand what you're saying, for clarity's sake and all that. You don't have to put a lot of words in what you are writing and all that. So I've tried to put pictures. It's some of the things I've also learned from taking online classes and all that. Just put pictures, don't make the words so big, don't make writing so big. So writing and art and the crafts. Okay, so someone asked me, while I was preparing for this, I got talking with a colleague and said, is writing not an art? I said, of course it's an art. It's also a craft. And someone said, well, which one is which? Now, I'm not saying I'm the totality of knowledge when it comes to this definition, but it's just, when you've grown with something or when you have experienced something, you have your own personal inspiration from that thing and all that. It's just like it. So it's like giving you a piece of myself when it comes to it. So while writing can both be an art and a craft as an activity. Okay, so if you go to the dictionary, you realize that when you say art is an activity. Writing is an activity. So it's pertinent to put a dividing line to both for clarity. Now, as an art, it's like a finished product with all the finesse intact, gaining the admiration of all. How many of us have seen artworks? Even when we refer to writing, we say written work of art. Sometimes we say define drama. Drama is a written work of art. This is a written work of art. Do you get it? So art is like, it has all its finesse. It has, gaining admiration from all artists. Naturally, we know what art is when we draw, when we paint. You say, wow, this is beautiful. This is something art. As a craft, writing opens up more to its make. I hope I'm not too fast.
No,
No,
not at all.
Sure. I'm so sorry for speaking about. Anytime you find me wrong, please call me back. Something, call me back. Please. All right. So as a craft, thank you so much. So as a craft, writing opens up more to its make. When we say make, in quotation, what we and what births something, how it is birthed. Do you get it? Evolvement, process rather than just the outcome. So coming up with the topic for this seminar, that was just what was in my mind, the craft of writing. I don't want us to just, art can also dwell on that, but art is more like in contact all you're done with and all that. The craft, I want us to, it has a process. Writing has a process. It takes a process actually. All right, so that is why I demarcated it. So hence the theme of this webinar as the craft of writing. So let's move forward. Why does a writer have to be creative? This was a question I asked on Thursday. That actually was precipitated by what Moshood thought we get. So that was why I asked it. But then let's look at it together. Why does the writer have to be creative? Or why should your writing be done creatively? Why do you have to write creatively? Now, it's pertinent for us to know that we have lots of writing. We have kinds of writing. Presently, because I work with a news agency, a TV, you grab, I get to edit some reporters from the field, bulletins from the presenters when they prepare their bulletin and all that. So it's not like I'm not really doing, in my office, I'm not doing fiction editing. Do you get it? So when I say creative now, like I was trying to explain on Thursday, I'm not only referring to fiction, okay, poems, novels, short stories, and all that. You know, and so creative writing. So why do you have to write creatively? Why does it writing, when you pick a writing, how can you say that this writing is creative? We are going to look into that. So I gave you tips, I gave us tips. Who are you? Why do you write? What will you write? How are you ready to sell out? Now, sell out here, I want us to, sell out here doesn't mean, Bridget Okpara, your video is actually distracting. I'm so sorry. Can I be the only one using the video stuff? Sorry, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Let me be the only one using video, please. Okay, so who are you? We'll come back to this place to answer the question when we go on. So let's continue. Let's go back to create this, the creative way. Now, so when we say a writing is creative or a writer is creative, what do we mean? To be creative simply means to be original, imaginative, and intriguing. So when we say original, what does it mean? It is true, it is real, it is relatable. You know, we write a lot of stories. I'm going to be using some of the examples that I think Kayode used. That was yesterday. You may have to use some of this stuff. Something, if you can help me get it. Is something still there? Okay, thank you.
Yes, I am.
I know you are there, Gary. So you can open one of Kayode's slides. I don't know which one now, where he was talking about using too many words and trying to break too many words.
Okay, make it simple.
Yes, make it simple. Hey, just open it. We may have to use some of the sentences there.
Okay.
So being original. Now, you are creative means one, you are original. Relatable stories. There is nothing you want to write. I will say it again. There is nothing you want to write that has not been written. The only difference is the way you're going to write it. The manner, your words, your choice of words, your style. That is what just need to make it. Is it friendship? If you are, maybe you're a fiction writer, is it on love you want to write? Is it rom-com you want to write? Is it mystery you want to write? There have been writers, people who have been writing on those kind of things. It's just that location is what will determine how you write it. You know, Nigeria landscape is different. Nigeria's climate is different. Nigeria's geographical location is different. So you may not necessarily you have to use places in Nigeria, or you want to make it abstract, make the places abstract, you choose any place from your head and all that. But then you are not going to, a writer cannot write beyond his natural phenomenon, his immediate environment. I'm not saying we cannot write like Americans. I'm not saying our writing cannot be international. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your thoughts, the things that are going to be around the plot of your story will not be far-fetched from Nigerian economy, Nigerian government. If you are going to be writing on the government, it is what you have experienced. It's going to show in your writing. If you're writing on politics, if you're writing on, the government, you are not going to be writing on how government is being, how the politics is being run in the US or in the Philippines. Infiltrate into your writing. So, which is okay. That is, you are writing like that, and Nigerians can relate with what you're writing. Not because it can't go international. Because your choice of word now will now determine, okay, even if I'm writing based on the geographical location and all that, how I'm going to write it, my style of writing is going to show that I know what I'm doing. I'm there, like my book can go international and all that. So being original means it's simple, it's unifying. What does unifying mean? You can relate with it. It doesn't matter. You're okay, maybe you have a target on this. Your target audience can relate with this thing. They can flow with it. Little wonder why we watch some movies and we say, and it happens. So, and sometimes when we watch some movie, we feel, sometimes you're put off because of the way some stories are being, enacted. You understand, by characters in the book and in the book bó ṣe yẹ kó ṣe lélẹ̀, kí ló ṣe tó kàn act bí wọ́n tẹ̀ mọ́ act ni. They don't even know how to act like this and all that. I'm trying to be original, okay? Please, if you don't understand Yoruba here, talk. So I will stop Yoruba. Please, now, if you don't understand Yoruba, please let's talk. So I won't keep bringing in Yoruba to my stuff.
If anybody will have problem with Yoruba, I think
With Yoruba, please.
Bridget Okpara.
Okay. She's not yet
yes.
back. Can you help us check why she's not?
Okay, I'll talk to her
Oh,
personally.
I couldn't hear you. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, ma. Oh, please help me talk to her and tell her I will increase my volume.
Okay.
Then Oluwaseun said exposure. What was that? That was the reaction to what?
To what you were saying.
Why do you have to write creatively, Abi?
Yes. So like if you are not very exposed, your content will be limited.
So, what did you say?
Like if you are not very exposed, your content will be limited.
Will be limited. Okay.
Yes, that's what she's trying to say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Oluwaseun, for the response. All right. So I think being original is okay. I think we're okay with being original. We understand. You want to write on friendship. It shouldn't be vague. Okay. Maybe the theme or the central theme of your work, friendship. It shouldn't be big. They're writing on maybe in IT or ATI, AIT or something, artificial intelligence, right? AI and all that. It shouldn't be something, whatever it is you are writing on should be something that humans can relate with. Even if you are going to write on aliens, presently that Elon Musk is going to go to Mars, trying to make Mars comfortable for humans. We have been hearing stories of aliens and all that. It shouldn't be something that it can't relate with people's present. Is it experience? Is it exposure? Is it knowledge? It should not be far-fetched. Why so many of us Nigerians, like me, have issues with Nollywood, especially Yoruba Nollywood, with the way they show forth especially the spiritual aspect of those things. Yes, we may be plagued by them, but there is a higher knowledge that we feel Nigeria Nollywood should come to up their game and know that this thing. Some people don't even worry about it. Yes, there are some people that worry about it, but I feel either we like it or not in Nigeria, of the elite society don't dwell in those things again. So we don't want to relate with it because it's not in our sphere. So we should write something that can more than average of the populace, like 80%. So being original, then imaginative, give people the space to create mental images in their mind. I wrote a new script one of these days. It was for an event I went to cover. I was there at Ogun State or where exactly I went to cover an event, and then to be my first. When I started working here at CBC News, it will be my first time, the first time I'll be voicing, and the first time I'll be writing and a feature story like that for CBC News. So I had to meet Michael Koche, who is the head of the presenters and reporters for CBC News, and he read the story, and it was like, wow, it actually taught me for my postgraduate. For my master in journalism, broadcast journalism. It actually taught me in school that we didn't have a relationship then. So coming to BBC News, I told him he was my teacher. So he read the script and he said, wow, it feels like I was there. Did you get it? I didn't really quickly think of this. Maybe I would have included it in my slide so that you see the script. Now I'm talking about different ways of writing. This is it's like a new script, the more feature. And it was an event I went to cover, and the story, he said, wow, it's almost like I was there. I was glad, I was not proud, but I was just glad that I did something that can make people actually feel that we were there. That is being imaginative. Let your audience, whatever it is you're writing, let them be able to create mental image of what you're writing, either a news script, either a story, either an article. It could even be non-fiction. You know, some of the things that we write on a Dixon magazine, apart from those who write poems, apart from the poets, apart from the story writers, and some of the things we write are just normal articles, you know, in descriptive essay, some things like that. Under, if you want to put it on English language types of essay and all that, they are just normal. But then, as one reads through, you should be able to figure out if we should be your audience. Me first as the editor, I will go through. I should be able to figure out what you're trying to and travel with you on the journey and be with you on the journey. It shouldn't put me off. It shouldn't feel like, okay, yeah. Can we put it like this? That's actually what editors do. We still get down to that. When an editor or someone who is, you know, inclined when it comes to writing and editing, they say, can this statement be put this way? It's going to achieve more if you put it this way and put it that way. So let's give space for our audience to create mental image of what we are saying. All right. So then intriguing. Now, also intriguing, present unusual, surprising, and gripping thoughts. Now, I said the fact that it has to be, I think we're going to get to that also. The fact that it has to be surprising or unusual or gripping doesn't mean that it cannot be relatable, that people can't relate to it. Original and intriguing are not contradictory at all. Now, what do we mean by unusual, surprising, and gripping? It's just suspense. Now, this relates more, I think this has to do more with fiction writing and all that. But then, even fiction, the way you start the story, you get it's like in literature, you know, we have suspense, we have a place, the height, the climax, that is the height of events, and then we have resolution coming down. I think it's like that for virtually everything we're going to write. Maybe except for news. Even news, they put the bad stories first. You know, news is about bad, you know, it's about bad things. If something bad is not happening, we feel it's not news, but that's actually not true. It's just austerity. It's just happening, especially maybe in Nigeria or the media. It's just a media phenomenon. It's a media bad habit. I'm sorry, I'm in the media, but it's a media. If you have not heard bad news, you feel it's not news. Hey, 7 people accident happened on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. 7 people died. Hey, did you hear the news? Sure you get. But if it is maybe a wedding, we don't call it news. We just say somebody wedded though in Nigeria, in Lagos, in this and all that. So it looks like those surprising, those unusual things, those things that are gripping. You know, when we say something is gripping, it's fascinating, it's captivating, you know, and all that. They are the things that sell. Mia, good morning. Like they are the things that sell, you grab. So
Sorry, I felt Joy had some issues with network. She'll be back shortly. Hello, can we hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, she will be back shortly, I believe. Network of Joy. So let me, okay. This class will be going off in less than 3 minutes, and we will have to all rejoin. So while we wait for Joy, let me end this one so that I will start the new one. Then all of us can join back on this platform. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.